6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000, like Rogue with 2.9% financing for 60 months.
The power is out. You're hot, bored, and the food is bad. You ask yourself, why didn't I get a generator? Bose Electric has Briggs & Stratton standby generators in stock now. We're a family and veteran-operated company that's been in business for over 50 years. Our certified technicians will properly install and maintain your generator, so you're always in power. Call today for your free Briggs & Stratton quote, plus get $1,000 off. Don't get left in the dark. Call Bose Electric today.
Live, the news you count on. NBC2 News at 3.
This video from Pine Island shows streets covered in water, but thankfully, we've seen many roads dry up today. NBC2's Dave Elias joins us live from Matlacha. Dave, businesses still recovering from Ian now have to do it all over again.
Yeah, many of them are doing it all over again. And you know, when you're out here on Matlacha, it is really hard to tell the damage from Helene versus the damage from Hurricane Ian. Countless homes here on parts of Pine Island were severely damaged from flooding. Now, businesses on Matlacha also suffering tens of thousands of dollars in damages. Both owners of the coffee shop here and the fudge shop are pulling the contents of their shop out here into the parking lot. Much of it is just not salvageable after being submerged in floodwaters.
This morning we had about maybe 2 inches of water in there and some silt from the water coming in. But luckily none of our equipment doesn't look like any of our equipment got injured this time, so we'll be able to fire it back up.
We're still working, recovering from Ian, and I'm glad in a way that we didn't finish the back because we would have to throw it all away again.
Now, the owners of the fudge factory also had severe damage to their home last night, and their home as well as their shop was also severely damaged during Hurricane Ian, and they were still building back from both locations. Coming up, we're going to hear more from people who are building back here, and some wondering just how much more they can handle. Live on Matlacha, Dave Elias, NBC2.
Dave, thank you. And let's take you to Cape Coral now. We have NBC2's Rachel Whalen live for us. She's getting us the latest on Helene's impacts to the resident of Cape Coral. Is that the yacht club you're at, Rachel?
Yeah, we're at the Cape Coral Yacht Club, which is already back open and full of people. If you take a look, we got quite a few families here, people in the water. It's hard to believe that at one point the storm surge was all the way up to the parking lot here. But city crews were here this morning cleaning up the beach. They got it done real fast, and we're already back up and running. And honestly, it's been kind of a normal-ish day here in Cape Coral. Things look pretty back to normal. If you take a look at this video, though, probably the most damage we saw was at the Tiki Trails Dog Resort in Southeast Cape Coral. Wind pushed some materials from construction next door to the building, but the workers told me there was very little damage done to the building itself. We drove around the areas of Cape Coral that were flooded last night, mainly the southwest and southeast neighborhoods. The water is, for the most part, gone, and we saw city crews cleaning up storm drains and repaving roads. Scott Ware lives on Dolphin Drive near the Cape Coral Yacht Club. He says the water got into his garage, but after going through Ian, he was prepared.
You know, yesterday I was preparing, put the generator out, stretch all the cords out, okay, refrigerator, right, maybe internet. And then it just started getting more and more sunny. I'm like, man, if I keep, preparing, maybe it'll just go away, And everybody be coming by, oh, it's sunny out. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome.
To Scott's point, it really didn't rain that much here in the Cape. Most, all the water that we saw on those roads was from the storm surge, which has thankfully died down now. The city has crews out there working on the drains. They're inspecting bridges, road signs, just to make sure that the roads are safe out there to drive in. Again, we really didn't see that much standing water today, but if you do come across it, always just make sure you're being careful and being smart out there. For now, I'm reporting at the Cape Coral Yacht Club Beach. Rachel Whalen, NBC2.
Thank you, Rachel. We have an update on mail delivery and which post offices are closed. So here is the list. If you live in Boca Grande, Captiva, Fort Myers Beach, Punta Gorda, Sanibel, and Everglades City, your mail delivery is impacted.
And new video coming in from the Big Bend region of Florida, where Helene made landfall. You can see homes here along this canal ripped apart. Many of these look like they were on stilts, and they weren't strong enough for a Category 4 storm, which is what Helene was when it made landfall. You can see boats tossed around. This is Taylor County, again, in the Big Bend region of our state. And officials reporting at least 34 people now have died because of Hurricane Helene, at least 7 of them in the state of Florida.
Right now, rescues are happening at Tennessee Hospital, where the water is rising. Millions of people are without power across the South. Ike Ajachi is in Tallahassee with more.
After making landfall along Florida's Big Bend region, Helene traveling inland, bringing with it powerful winds and life-threatening flooding. A flash flood emergency issued in Atlanta after more than 10 inches of rain fell. Multiple people had to be rescued.
We went downstairs to check on everyone, and then we started getting floated away, and the boats came right in time to save us.
Georgia's governor calling Helene a deadly storm, confirming nearly a dozen deaths in the state, including a first responder.
When we ask people to stay off the roads and be patient, it's because we are trying to get to people. It is a very dangerous environment, and one of our finest has lost his life trying to save others.
North Carolina's governor says